Just to make things clear, today isn't the day to actually elect a Texas governor. It's just the primary, which knocks out some of the candidates. But in the Republican primary, the gloves have come off, and it's a Lone Star State shootout. With us now is radio host Alex Jones. Mr. Jones, thank you for joining us today. Tell us about this. I mean, we don't have quite the pulse of what's going on in that primary today. Tell us how things are progressing over where you are.
Sure. I'm in the capital city of Texas, Austin, Texas, where Governor Rick Perry has been the longest-serving governor in Texas history. March 2nd isn't just Republican primary day here in the second most populous state, and they've said since the time of Kennedy, as Texas goes, so goes the rest of the nation. It's also Texas Independence Day from Mexico from 1836. But we've seen these two establishment candidates, this Bilderberg group, globalist Kay Bailey Hutchinson, against this establishment Republican who's also a Bilderberg group, globalist attendee, Rick Perry, slinging mud at each other, calling each other New World Order globalists, people that are for the NAFTA superhighway, for the North American Union, calling each other insider corrupt politicians, when both of them are basically identical politically, other than the fact that one is male and one is female. But what we've really seen here in Texas is Deborah Medina, who's gotten as much as 20 points in the poll from nowhere, who's a Ron Paul type real constitutionalist, anti-war, pro-Second Amendment, pro-property rights. She has had such a strong showing that it's causing other people to run on a similar ticket around the country, and they're getting more backing more early than Medina did, who started a year ago. And we have 30-plus states moving to declare 9th and 10th Amendment sovereignty against the federal government, because they know the federal government's been hijacked by offshore banks and corporations. And so really we see a check against the out-of-control big government in Washington by the states. And that's the real message here, that despite the fact that Perry and Hutchinson have outspent Medina 20 and sometimes 30 to 1, still she's having an incredibly strong showing on this highly anticipated Republican primary race. This will decide who the Republican candidate for governor will be, and generally Texas goes for Republicans. So whoever wins this primary tonight has a pretty good shot of being the next governor of Texas. So the whole nation is watching this because of the states' rights issue, because we've seen in Massachusetts the Kennedy seat being lost to Scott Brown, who's a Republican. Now people are watching this Republican race for the primary for the governorship to see if the rebellion against incumbents isn't just against Democrats, but is against Republican incumbents as well, and the poll numbers show that.
Okay, real quickly, you did use the term globalist, and that's how Rick Perry and Kay Bailey Hutchinson are referring to each other to kind of call them, and I guess that's the equivalent of a bad word here. You did bring up Deborah Medina, who is more in line with the Tea Party movement, but Deborah Medina did make a pretty costly mistake during her run, did she not?
Well, she waffled and looked weak with Glenn Beck. Some U.S. polls show 84% Angus and Reid not believing the official story. The lowest polls, 36%. 6 of the 10 9/11 commissioners say the official story is a lie. And so when she started waffling on that and then made conflicting statements that 9/11 truthers were good and then that 9/11 truthers were bad, that 9/11 truthers had a right to say this, that it was healthy. Then she said it was despicable, or agreed that it was despicable later. That cost her more with 9/11 truthers who want someone that isn't an establishment politician because of the waffling. But regardless, Deborah Medina's success overall is a example to others to run on a constitutional platform in the other 49 states. So that's why Deborah Medina, whether she wins or loses today, and the poll shows she's probably going to lose, she still made a lot of gains here.
Okay, radio host Alex Jones joining us from Austin, Texas today. Thank you so much.